Morning. This is the Woolsey Peak Wilderness area. That's Woolsey Wash. Has some water in it, backed up behind Painted Rock, I think. Here in Arizona, this is what we call going to the beach. And so I'm going to stop and talk about some anime. Venus versus Virus. Venus vs. Virus is a contemporary supernatural horror anime from ADV Films. It's based on a manga. Viruses are evil spirits. They come in a variety of odd, lumpy shapes and sizes, but the worst of the lot seem to be the humanoid ones who've taken someone's soul in order to steal their form. Only a few very special people can see viruses, but luckily viruses only attack people who can see them, so the ostrich approach would seem to be a good defense. Lucia is one of the unlucky ones who can see the virus. She runs a small boutique by day called Venus Vanguard, and she hunts viruses later by using a secret room downstairs. She also has a secret evil eye power behind that eye patch. Sumire is a young high school girl who's recently become able to see viruses when she met Lucia. Sumire is absolutely no good at hunting viruses or using a gun, but she has a berserker mode that turns her into a wild woman who can tear viruses apart with her bare hands and then turn on her friends. The first DVD of the 12-episode short series provides exposition of the two characters and their friends and introduces how Lucia and Sumire act together in Venus Vanguard to hunt and kill viruses.
I knew all I had to do was wait for you to attack Sumire. Every good exorcist knows that viruses are drawn to the souls of human beings who can see them.
But I thought you said you weren't gonna use me as bait again.
Well, you have to be good for something.
Mr. Nahashi is an avuncular old man with a Victorian fashion sense. He hangs around Venus Vanguard, developing weapons for Lucia to use to kill the viruses. He has the help of the chocolate-addicted Laura, who's not as young as she seems either. Rounding out the cast is Sumire's assortment of schoolmates and friends, an inept young suitor who provides comic relief as he repeatedly tries to ask Sumire out on a date, and another handsome young man who eventually sweeps Sumire off her feet.
Sumire! Oh, hey, Nene. Hi, Riku.
My little bro has something he wants to talk to you about.
Well, Sumire, I don't know if you'd be interested, but I've got 2 tickets to the movies. And, well, I was wondering if maybe you want to go with me if you're not too... I'm really sorry. I gotta go. I'll catch you later. See ya!
After a flashback episode about how Sumire first came to meet Lucia, Venus vs. Virus gets started with its running plot in the second of the 3 DVDs. It seems there are some bad people who are not viruses themselves, but know something about them, and more importantly, they know black magic and have some evil plans using it to get even or something with Lucia and Sumire. This will also provide the vehicle for providing some flashback episodes to see more of Lucia's background. This is supposed to be a buddy series. Lucia and Sumire are paired as the emotional center. Lucia just seems callous to hide her soft inner self, and Sumire wishes she didn't see viruses anymore and could go back to being an ordinary student and pal around with her girlfriends. I think we're supposed to see a bond developing between the cold Lucia and the flighty Sumire as the series goes along, but I'm afraid that didn't work for me at all. Venus vs. Virus seemed all too familiar to me and just didn't seem to have anything interesting or imaginative about it. Viruses are as pretty close as you're going to see to generic bad evil lumps, and the creators didn't strain their imagination on the faux zombie designs for the humanoid ones. Gray skin and glowing red eyes, how original. Nor was any creativity strained by using guns for combat. That's enough to make me want to go rewatch Silent Mobius. Furthermore, the main plot seemed totally formulaic, and the series didn't pay off with any actual conclusion. Okay, that last complaint seemed awfully close to the old Woody Allen joke about the restaurant customer who complains that the food tastes awful and the portions are too small. So let me rephrase that. If I'd actually cared about how these characters came out at the end of this story, I would have been really peeved when I got to the last DVD and found there really was no conclusion. As an aside, something else that repeatedly bugged me was that Sumire is always using her cell phone to stay in touch with all her high school friends and buddies, but it never occurs to her to use it when she needs Lucia to help her fight some viruses. Maybe viruses spread Minkowski particles or something. For me, Venus vs. Virus is only worth 2 stars. Maybe if I'd read the manga, I'd care for it more, but I kind of doubt it. There's nothing new or original here at all. ADV's dub is okay. The DVDs don't have any special extras on them beyond the usual clean opening and ending animations, and I wonder what ADV saw in bringing this over to North America. And I wonder what I saw in reviewing it. Thanks for listening.
Two elderly women are at a Catskill Mountain resort, and one of them says, "Boy, the food at this place is really terrible." The other one says, "Yeah, I know, and such small portions."